Defense Secretary nominee James Mattis on Thursday ranked Russia and the national debt as top threats to U.S. national security and said that President Obama's nuclear deal with Iran was imperfect but must be enforced. "It's not a deal I would have signed," the retired Marine general said in a wide-ranging Senate Armed Services Committee hearing focused on his virtually certain confirmation. "But when America gives her word, we have to live up to it and work with our allies." Right. During a 3-hour appearance before lawmakers who rarely challenged him, Mattis repeatedly criticized Russia, promised that President-elect Donald Trump would enforce NATO's automatic mutual defense agreement, and said he had no plans to roll back the role of women or LGBTQ Americans in the military. He also put some distance between himself and his frequently cited nickname, Mad Dog, which he is known to loathe if it is used by people other than the Marines who served under him in combat. "I assure you that nickname was given to me by the press, and some of you may have experienced similar occasions with the press where perhaps they did not get it quite right," Mattis said, to approving chuckles from his audience. Trump himself has frequently used the moniker. Moments after the hearing, the committee voted 24-3 to approve legislation that would waive a U.S. law requiring that a nominee wait 7 years between leaving the military and serving as defense secretary. Mattis, 66, retired in 2013 after a stint as the head of the U.S. Central Command, which has responsibility for Afghanistan and Iraq as well as Iran, Syria and Yemen. The full Senate and House of Representatives are on track to approve the waiver, and the Senate is expected to move swiftly to confirm him by an overwhelming margin. Prodded by Senator John McCain, RRs, the chairman of the committee, to describe his view of relations with Moscow, Mattis spoke bluntly about Russian President Vladimir Putin. "I think right now the most important thing is that we recognize the reality of what we deal with, in Mr. Putin, and we recognize that he is trying to break the North Atlantic Alliance and that we take the steps, the integrated steps, diplomatic, economic, military and the alliance steps, working with our allies to defend ourselves where we must," he said. "Russia has chosen to be an adversary in key areas," Mattis said later in the hearing. "I'm all for engagement, but we also have to recognize reality and what Russia is up to, and there's decreasing number of areas where we can engage cooperatively and increasing number of areas where we're going to have to confront Russia." Right. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe.